let's talk about Chapter 5. It's 1642. Fort Alzberg, Goteborg, Westro-gothia, now a part of Sweden. In this chapter, we're going to learn about Anders the Finn Andersson. Hello and welcome. I'm Jack Greeson, and I'm going to acquaint you with my book, The Spirit Within Us, a saga of two bold families who helped build a democracy. I believe that this will inspire you to read it. You can subscribe below to get much more out of this YouTube video series, and you can buy your copy of the book here. So let's look into Chapter 5. First, I'll introduce you to Anders the Finn Andersson and Fort Alvsborg, which was in Goteborg, Westro-gothia, also known as Västergötland, which is now part of Sweden. When you get your book, look at the map on page 168 of Fort Alvsberg. Just a reminder, the stories of two real families are chronicled in this book, and their family trees are on Roman numeral 4 and Roman numeral 5 in the front of the book. When you have your book, you can go to what's circled here, Anders Andersson. He's on the page 5 on the right-hand list, about the middle of the page. I'll mention again that these people listed on this family tree are real historical people, and the main chapter events are real historical events. Details and other events have been augmented to complement historical records. Next, let's look at the map on page 168 when you get your book. The year is 1646. Here's the background for this scene, and I'm going to quote from page 173. Hard times had come upon Anders and his wife and young daughter Anna. They had been suffering nearing starvation. Then, miraculously, Anders was allowed to join the Swedish army. The first scene takes place at Fort Alvsberg, Sweden. Anders the Finn is now a company leader of a group of the soldiers at Fort Alvsberg, and he has just been given a direct command by his superior, Commander General Gustav Levenhaupt. I'll now read from page 169. Anders' yelled reply was shocking. "No, I'm not going to give that order. That would put my men in serious danger for no reason but you flaunting your power. My men are good men and soldiers and deserve to be treated with respect." This brazen defiance was even more shocking because Anders was actually Finnish, and the fort, the commander general, and most of the soldiers were Swedish in this Swedish fort in the south of Sweden. Even more appalling to the commander general was that Anders was part Saami. And here we have an image of the Saami people, an indigenous Nordic people known for their reindeer herding. Not only was the commander general being boldly disrespected, but by this lonely reindeer herder. The commander general was outraged. I quote from page 170. "Put him in chains,"
Put him in chains! I'll show him who's in charge here! Put him in the brig! We'll get him, General!
"Put him in the brig. I banish him to that colony in the wilderness so he can learn what hardship is." Which wilderness colony? New Sweden in America. Here we have an image of a map of New Sweden. You will learn in Chapter 5 how this Saami had come to be a leader in the Swedish army and how he had been stationed at this fort in the south coast of Sweden. Now the reader can discover what happened to Anders when he was exiled to America. Here we have an image of the ship he took. Then what about Anders in America? New Sweden. What about his family? Around the New Sweden area were indigenous people, the Lenape. Here's an image of the Lenape. Were their native customs and organization similar to those of the Saami? And how did Anders relate to them? Were there other Saami, also called forest Finns, already in the colony of New Sweden? How did the colonist of New Sweden get along with the nearby English colonist? What about the nearby Dutch colonist, or the colonists from Finland? The real story of the creation of democracy in America. Chapter 5.
Good day to you, Anders. And to you, Jack. It's good to finally meet. I'm sorry to cut this short, but the Dutch are coming to retake their property.
The Dutch?
Now, we must warn the others.
This book portrays stories of a model for life change, recognizing danger, assessing options, making bold plans and goals, expecting and overcoming struggles and hardships, struggling and moving forward to success. They followed where the Spirit led them, and they triumphed. This YouTube video series will present brief introductions to each chapter. The book is for sale through information provided in this video series. A special paperback edition, large print, a highly readable type font, and durable white stock paper is only available from me, the author.